Hi, I can discuss to you the importance of configuration and maintenance in a computer. What is the importance of configuration and maintenance in a computer? In the simplest terms of computers and technology, the definition of configuration pertains to the arrangement of hardware and software of IT system. Management of the components, settings, and more ensures all IT system can function smoothly and gives you greater control over the devices on your network. Now, what is a word configuration? Configuration is the manner in which components are arranged to make up the computer system. Compu- Configuration consists of both hardware and software components. Sometimes people specifically point to hardware arrangement as hardware configuration and to software components as software configurations. And now, how to set up and configure a new computer. So you just bought a new computer. Now what? There is a lot more involved in setting up a computer for the first time than simply plugging in a cable and hitting the power button. If you have never tried to set up a computer, this guide will help you get up and running in no time. And for seasoned users, included are some tips and tricks that should make your next PC setup faster and easier than ever. Note, this guide is specific to computers running Windows. These are the steps on how to configure PC. Number 1. Physical setup, cables and ports. If you purchase a laptop, this part is easy. Simply plug the laptop into an electrical socket with the included AC adapter and let it charge. You can even use the laptop while it is charging. For how to hook up a desktop computer, there are a few more steps involved, but nothing too difficult. Before, Below is the pictures of the various ports that are on desktop computers. Computer models do vary, and your computer might be missing any of the ports included in the picture. However, all computers have a combination of the ports shown, and it is beneficial to familiarize yourself with them even if your current computer does not have them all. Here are the computer ports. We have here the port, B port, C, HDMI, digital pages. We have also here the Ethernet or RJ45 modem RJ40. The main ports and cables you will need for basic use are, we have here the power and the monitor display will be one of this and HDMI. And we have also giving you power, monitor display, and internet access respectively. Plug the cables into their associated ports and you'll almost be ready to power up the computer for the first time. If you're still having a tough time hooking up your cables, a good rule of thumb is if the cables fits. It's probably in the correct place without forcing it, of course. Most are designed to only fit into one type of port. Keep in mind that your monitor display cable will need to run between the monitor and the computer and the Ethernet cable between your internet router and the computer. The power cords, both your computer cable and the monitor's power cable, are the only ones that will need to be plugged into an electrical socket. Number 2, hook up peripherals. To actually use the computer, you'll need to connect a mouse and keyboard. The vast majority of present keyboards and mice use a USB connection, making it simple to find a usable port. Simply plug your mouse and keyboard on their adapters if they are wireless into any available USB ports and they will be ready to go. If you are using an older keyboard and mouse setup, you will need to connect them using the green and purple PS2 ports shown in the chart above. Luckily, these cables are color coded at the ends. Simply match up the color with its corresponding ports and you'll be on your way to using your new computer. Now is a good time to connect any other peripherals you may have, such as printer, copier, scanner, or speakers. Most of these items will be decoded through a port. However, some older printers use the pink parallel port shown above. Likewise, some speakers still use the green or pink circular audio jack. Use the chart above along with color coding and size to get all labels in their correct ports. Once all your cables are connected and you've double checked for accuracy, you're ready to turn on your new computer. Number 3, time setup. If you purchase a refurbished or pre-configured machine, chances are you will not have to go through the first time setup and it will boost straight boot straight to the desktop. In that case, skip the next section. If you see a welcome to setup upon booting your machine, you'll be taken through a first time setup. This will be fairly simple process that will ask to you process that will ask you to set your preferred language, time zone, and other basic questions to customize your experience. Follow the one-screen instruction and you'll eventually be booted to the desktop where our real work begins. Connect to the internet. Number 4. Connect to the internet. For desktop connected directly to a router using an Ethernet cable, you'll be automatically connected to your network and generally won't need to take any further steps. For laptops and desktop utilizing networks for Wi-Fi quality, you'll need to connect to your chosen network. The first time setup will help you through this process, but if you are booted straight to the desktop or need to add additional network functionality. First, ensure you know any needed credentials, such as if you have a network password set up to prevent others from using your Wi-Fi or connecting to your network without authorization. Also, make sure you know the name of the network you'll be connecting to. Often this will be displayed on your router itself, or you name it yourself during the setup of your home internet network. Navigate the network connection, network and sharing center either using the control panel via the start menu by typing network into the start menu search bar. Click or right on the desired network and hit connect. The computer will work to connect you to the network wirelessly and may ask you to enter the password there is one set up. Alternatively, we may also see a Wi-Fi signal icon in the Windows taskbar in the lower right-hand corner of your desktop where time and date are located. This icon will also take you to the internet options you need to get set up. If you simply can't get connected to the network or the PC tells you your password is incorrect. Call your net service provider and they will help you to get connected correctly. Number 5, security and antivirus malware. Before you start surfing away on the internet, you will want to make sure your new computer is protected against viruses and malware. Some computers will come with a free basic antivirus, such as Microsoft Security Essentials, installed already. It may also have a trial subscription included, commonly Norton or McAfee. If you are happy with the protection that already comes with the computer, simply open it to make sure the software is up to date and active, and go through any setup process required. A recommendation for paid antivirus protection is ESET. ESET is a great program that is very lightweight and won't slow your computer down while it's running, and tends to stay the most up to date with new virus and malware definition as they are found. ESET offers 30-day free trials of all its antivirus software, making it a good program to test on a new computer without having to immediately commit. Number 6, software and Windows update. If your computer is brand new, there will be a number of Windows updates needed to get it up to the latest version. Even with a refurbished machine, it is good practice to check for any updates that may have come out since the computer was last worked on. Navigate the Windows Update screen either typing Windows Update into the Start menu search bar or using the control panel. Click Check Updates in the left-hand menu and wait for Windows to scan for the latest updates. When it is finished, you will be notified on the amount of important, required, and optional updates available. Important updates are things like patches, security updates, and other items that are critical to keeping your computer running smoothly and up to date. Optional updates commonly included things like driver updates for both internal and external hardware, free Microsoft software or toolbars, and other minor updates that are not necessarily integral to your computer but can be helpful and sometimes needed to keep connected devices like printers running properly. While you should install the required updates, you can be a little more choosy with the optional ones. Click on the highlighted text from the Windows Update screen to view all the available updates. Make sure that the boxes next to them are checked. Then click Install and Windows will begin downloading and installing the selected updates. You will likely have to restart your computer afterward to complete this process, which Windows will let you know. For a new computer running Windows Update around 3 times should be enough to make sure you're downloading everything and needed. Updates get updates, and many times the first round of updates will install something that in turn needs another update to work properly. Checking for updates 3 times and installing should ensure you've gotten everything. If there is optional update you know you don't need and want to keep it from cluttering your update page, you can stop Windows from offering you and one optional update by right-clicking it and selecting hide this update. Keep in mind, though you will have to repeat this step each time Microsoft ships a new release of optional download. Most computers are set to automatically download and install Windows updates, and you can change the setting at any time by clicking Change Settings. However, it is recommended to leave it working automatically to avoid missing any important updates. Number 7, software. After you're done with Windows Update, now is a good time to ensure you've got any additional needed software on the computer. This could include Microsoft Office or a similar Office program, Adobe Reader, a media player like VLC Player, or iTunes Skype, or anything else you use. While this can be done manually piece by piece, a much quicker method is to use a program called Ninit. Ninite. Ninite lists a majority of these commonly used and downloaded programs, allowing you to choose which programs you want to install and bundling them in a simple installer that downloads and puts them on your computer all at once without you having to do much work at all. Ninite also helps keep you from accidentally installing malware, adware, or the optional download that companies sometimes like to sneak into their installers that will put ugly toolbars and other unnecessary junk on your PC. Unite automatically says no to these optional, annoying downloads. Navigate to Ninite's homepage, put a check in the box of the programs you wish to install. Then click the green Get Installer button. Allow the download, open the installer, and Ninite will get to work downloading and installing all the programs while showing you the progress along the way. Additionally, you can also use Ninite to update these programs once installed on your computer. Simply run the installer again or go through the Ninite website and it will update any selected programs to their latest versions. This process will save you a great deal of time and frustration over trying to download every program individually. Ninite only lists programs that are free to use. So if you have any paid software to install, such as Microsoft Office or Adobe Photoshop, those will have to be installed manually. Now, remove bloatware. Bloatware is the slang phrase used to describe software and generally has lots of the features and requires considerable disk space and memory to install and run, and commonly comes prepackaged on new computers. As the cost of the memory and disk storage has decreased, there is a growing trend among developers to disregard the size of application, and the end result is bloated software, aka bloatware. This software may or may not be useful to you, and each manufacturer will have different programs pre-installed on new machines. So, it's up to the end user to determine what should stay and go. Bloatware takes up a sizable chunk of space and power on your computer, so it is good practice to remove anything unneeded to keep your PC running as quickly and smoothly as possible and keep this space available. Computer manufacturers package bloatware on their computers to make additional profits on their machines. Software developers pay the companies to put their software on computers. Example of this could be audio or video players, photo editing applications, CD burning software, and etc. If you like these programs and plans on using them, there is no harm in keeping them on your computer. However, if you have no use for them and want to declog your computer, you want to uninstall as many extraneous programs as possible. Uninstalling unwanted programs can be done manually using Windows built-in program installer, but a much easier way is to use an automated program that recognizes these types of software. PC Descriptifier is one of the programs and it is free to use. Simply install it on your new computer and let it run, finding the programs that you likely don't want or need and making it quickly simple and install them. This process of testing and installing unwanted programs may take a while, but it is well worth it in the long run, usually cutting full minutes of boot time and making your computer run much more quickly. Number 9, create a backup. Now that you've got your new computer exactly how you like it, it is a good idea to set it a backup. In case of a hardware failure or crash, backups can be done to physically hardware, such as an external and hard drive, USB flash drive, or CD, DVDs. But with new cloud technology, many people are using to use cloud backup service such as Carbonite or OneDrive to ensure that even in the event of a complete hardware failure or loss, your files will still be safe and accessible from any internet-connected device. We have written a comprehensive backup guide that includes choosing the right storage medium for you and how to create your initial and ongoing backups. And now, some these are some practices for maintaining the good conditions or status of a PC. Number 1, protect with padding. Number 2, organize cords. Number 3, update your operating system. Number 4, unplug to avoid overcharging. Number 5, purge your system of junk files and programs. Number 6, run regular antivirus scans. Number 7, clean the keyboard and keys. And lastly, number 8, update your passwords. And now, I am Adeline B. Ongkoy, BSIT for ALL, IT62 System Administration and Maintenance. Thank you for listening. God bless.